Aloha! It's 365 Hawaii with me, Eric Ziemelis. Julie is off this week. She is off on the mainland, so I am solo on this adventure. And that's pretty good because I don't know if she wants to go on the road trip that we're about to go on today. We're going to hit the 4 points of the island. We're starting here, and this is the western point of the Big Island. And then we're going to head down to South Point, the southernmost point in the United States, and then head over to the east side. There's a point out there. There's a lighthouse out there we're going to go to. And then we're going to head to the north. So that should be a fun. And to make it a little more interesting, we're going to take my son's cool smart car to make it more fun on this little trip of there. So that's today. So come on, let's go check it out. Okay, so here we are on the most west point of the Big Island. And as you can see, there's some pipes that run down here, and that's what makes this place interesting. It's the Natural Energy Lab. And what these pipes do is they go down, not these because these are the old ones, but the new ones over there. There are 3 pipes, and they go down 3,000 feet, and they pick up salt water from there, and they bring it up, and they use it for all kinds of purposes. The question is, why would you want to use water down from 3,000 feet of the ocean for all these purposes? Well, interesting is that right past this point is the ocean conveyor current. And it goes all over the world, and you should look it up. It's really kind of fascinating. I don't want to go ahead and hear the video. But essentially what's happening is the lower currents are coming from the Arctic and coming down here. And so they've got all of these nutrients that you don't see anywhere else except for that depth. So they pull these up. They're able to use these for all kinds of things here. And at one time, they were actually trying to produce energy from the differences of the cold water and the warm water. Successful, mildly, but a lot of other things that have come in and have worked really well. Some of the companies that are here that really benefit from this water are, of course, you guys might have heard of BioAston. They're here. They use a lot of the water that comes up from there. On the other ones, there's a water company called Kona Deep that was really popular a while ago. I think they're primarily in Japan now, but they bring up this nutrient-rich water from the 3,000 feet, and then they desalinate it, but they still keep the minerals in it, and it's supposed to be super healthy for you and super good. So that is also here. Then there's Blue Ocean Mariculture, and they do a Kampachi farming. I don't know if it's out here. Maybe I can see it somewhere. Yeah, it's over there. And they actually farm fish Kampachi, and they are quite tasty. If you get a chance to eat them at one of the restaurants, I definitely recommend it. And then we've got Big Island Abalone is here, and they also have a shellfish company is here. So a lot going on down here. So if you guys are looking for something interesting to do on your vacations or something like that, go take a tour of some of these places. There's some great stuff out here. So now, our next step is we need to be on our way. We got a long road trip. I think it's about 2 hours from here down to South Point. We'll stop along the way, check things out, and then we're going to be in the southernmost point of the United States. So let's go. Okay, taking a little break here at Kumukahi Reserve here. It's a little area that has all kinds of different trees and everything like that. We've featured this place before. If you get a chance, go check it out. But it's a nice place to stop. The only downfall is the bathrooms they are not water. They are just kind of a primitive bathroom, so you want to be careful of that one. But the grounds are beautiful. So we are here at the cliffs at South Point. The actual South Point where we're going is about another quarter mile down to get there. But this is where everybody jumps off. Cliffs are about 45 feet. A lot of people do it. You got to watch out. The waves can be really big here. And the other thing you got to watch out for is if you haven't jumped, it can be pretty dangerous and pretty hairy. Some guy's standing up on the top here. Let's see if he actually does it. But we'll then head off to South Point. 2, 1. interesting thing about South Point is the fact that it is the southernmost point in the United States. It is even lower than Key West, which is kind of hard to believe. It seems like Key West is way down in the middle of nowhere, but this is actually farther down. As you know, we got a lot of big waves here the last couple weeks. And down here, this isn't a beach. It's actually coral is what it is. And if you look at it, it's all bunches of coral. And it looks like the waves have come up and kind of created a channel of nothing but coral. But here it is, South Point. I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but the waves are booming on this side. And what's interesting is that right here at the point, the big wave swells are coming across this way, and then once you hit the protected side over there, they're completely flat. So you can actually see them, horizontally going by. It's a pretty amazing sight. It's always windy here. That's kind of the nature of it, and it's always a little bit of a difficult. I would say this would be a difficult place to live. Our next stop is going to be Na'aleu, and there is hopefully a burrito place that's one of my favorites I'll take you guys to, and if not, we'll go find something else. All right, we just got here to Na'aleu. They're right across the street from Upolu Bakery, and not a lot of people know about them, so it's a good place to go. And the only kicker is that they only take cash here. So let's finish our lump and then we'll lunch, and we'll continue on our journey eastward. All right, let's get rolling. Next point is down in Puna. We're at the end of the road here at 132, and we are heading yonder for going out to the easternmost point of the island of Hawaii, which also has a lighthouse out there. So we're gonna go check it out. But before we go out there, I want to show you guys this. Check this out. It is bright red in this case. This is called a cinder. The difference between the two, the cinder and the non-cinder. So anyways, so let's go on our way. Let's go check it out. So again, interesting about the 2018 lava flow is that here we are, here's the flow, and then all of a sudden it goes that way and we're back to normal. We're in no flow, and there's parts that are like that. We just saw a house, maybe I'll get you on the way back, that you can see that the flow went around this one house, and it looks like even melted the plastic on the house, but the house is still there. So they just had about 2 years before they get a road to it. But interesting. All right, we're about a quarter of the way into this. We got about a mile to go. So okay, we've been walking about 20 minutes now, and we are close. You can kind of see the lighthouse right between there, and that is where we're heading. Okay, so technically it's not a lighthouse, it's more like a light tower, but it's called the Kumukahi Lighthouse is what it's called, and it was built in 1934, and it was narrowly missed by a couple eruptions, but not the 2018, because the 2018 eruption, essentially right where we started the parking lot, turned right and didn't come down this way. This is kind of straight. So interesting to get out here, and we are about 100 yards from the eastmost point of the Big Island. We're going out there now. After about a 30-minute hike, we are out here at the easternmost point of the Big Island. And I will say there is nothing out here. This is a lava flow from way back, and nobody's ever built anything, and it's just in the middle of nowhere. The water is super blue, the waves are nice, and there's even a small beach over there, which is amazing. And I'm happy I made it. And then the question is, it's getting about 3:30 now. We got to go all the way up to Hawi is our next journey. And the question is, do we have enough time to make it all the way up there before sunset? But that's kind of the fun of these videos, is to see how much you can get done in a day. Bye to the point and back towards the car. East Hawaii is kind of one of those interesting things that tends to cloud over, and it does rain occasionally. Looks like the clouds are kind of coming back in for the afternoon, but at least we got some sun out there to make it all the better. Only got about another 100 feet on this super tough lava thing. Okay, it's 4:30. I got 2 hours to get up before it gets dark to hit that top of the, right next to the airport, at the northernmost point. So let's go. There's always a lovely question with a smart car is, what is the gas mileage on this thing? I think it averages about 35. And the tank's about 6 gallons, so you don't go terribly far with it. But we're filling up because we still got a ways to go to hit Hawi, and we don't know where the next gas station is going to be, especially on Super Bowl Sunday. So anyways, let's continue our journey on. Here comes the rain! And in Hawaii, as the rain comes, it also goes away. So starting to clear up, look pretty good this way. We're getting out of the rainy side, moving a little bit more towards Waimea. Just starting to get dark. We're on 270 coming over the top of Kahala Mountain, and we're about 20 minutes out, so hopefully we'll get there before it gets too dark. Okay, it's twilight. We're almost there. We're a mile away from the airport. We are here after a long drive. It was almost 2.5 hours to get from where we were back on the eastmost side of the island to here to the northmost side of the island. And we were at an airport called Upolu Point Airport, and right there, you can hear the waves crashing, is the most northern part of the island. Okay, so as I'm editing this, I realized that it was really dark, and you probably wanted to see a little bit of what the north side looked like. So I'm going to include a little snippet from a video that I did way back when we went up there.
If you want to feel like you're seriously in the middle of nowhere, come down to the Upolu Airport, which is a very small little airport near Hawi. This is seriously in the middle of nowhere.
It's been a long drive. That drive was about 2.5 hours from the east side, farthest east side to here to the farthest north side. One thing about the Big Island is nothing is ever in a straight line. So Puna is not actually, you have to kind of drive back. You have to go to Kau and then you have to drive back to Puna, so it takes a while. And I think that hike to the lighthouse light tower was actually longer than a mile. So all these things kind of take time, and we started at 9 a.m. and it's 7 o'clock here, so it was a long time. Don't forget to watch our other channel. It's 365 Real Estate Minute. We got a lot of really good things on real estate happening over there, and remember, I and my wife are realtors. And the other thing is, if you're interested in some more information, it's hawaiiliving.com is our website, and we go from there. So appreciate it. We'll see you next time, and aloha.